This is the cleanest install you're going to see today, and this is going to be the most elaborate install tutorial you're going to see. So make sure you stick to the end because I'm going to show you how. Hey besties, for behind the scenes and extra tips on hair, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest and TikTok. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe and tap the notification bell. Let's slay this journey together. So guys, here's my beautiful client and I'm going to be showing you a detailed hair install tutorial. So first you're going to clean the forehead using rubbing alcohol. So we just want to make sure nothing sticks, nothing affects our install, and yeah. So next we are going to slick back the hairline, sorry. You're going to apply holding spray and you're going to slick the hair back. You could use gel, you could use a spray to slick it back. So now that our hair is slicked back, we are going to go in with our skin protector. So guys, for me, I think this is actually the most important besides skin prep. Yeah, this is the most important step that if not taken, especially for oily skin, your install is not going to last, it's not going to be clean, and it's just going to altogether just look a mess. So yeah, so after prepping your skin, you're going to apply your skin protectant, right? So you're going to apply it to all the areas of the hair where your frontal is going to sit. This is going to protect the skin from the chemicals of the glue, and it's also going to give an additional grip to the glue. So yeah, it's very important and do not skip it. So like I said, this video is going to be elaborate and detailed because I have to show you everything about install from start to finish. If you're watching this video and you're installing your hair, know that you're going to have the same results I have or even better because I trust you, bestie. So yeah. So when applying your skin protector, just make sure you clean any residue that is dripping down the face that is unnecessary. So yeah. So after doing that, I'm going to let it dry, right? And then I'm going to put the wig on my client's hair just to see where it's going to sit. And since this is a beginner friendly tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install like a beginner. So when installing your hair, you don't want the glue just sitting in areas where it's not supposed to sit, right? Because getting that glue out after is a tussle. So the best way to do this is to mark where your glue is going to sit. So after putting this wig on my client, so this video I was also doing for some of my students that needed to learn this. So like I said, this is going to be a very detailed video which is going to help you as a beginner. So you're going to make sure your wig is sitting perfectly on your client's hair, suitable for your client. Some people want their wigs to be up close and personal, some people want their wigs to be on the hairline, some people want their wigs to be a little bit above the hairline. So always make sure you communicate with your client, obviously giving a professional advice of what's best, but also take their opinions into consideration because you want them to be satisfied at the end of the day. So after having your wig sit in the perfect position, you're going to go ahead and mark that out. So use something that is going to easily come out, maybe like eyeliner, maybe like a brown eyeliner, something that's not going to be visible and but you're going to see it and can easily come out. So yeah, so you're going to use that and you're going to mark out the area where your frontal is going to sit, right? And yeah, so if you're done with that, let's move on to the next step. So after doing that, I'm just going to make sure that everything is sitting perfectly, and you can see I'm always communicating with my clients. So always make sure you don't just go ahead and do whatsoever you like without communicating with them, making sure they're okay with each step of the way, because I see people online complain of how their install was this, their install was that. So I always believe that maybe some clients, they do not want to voice it out, maybe make you feel bad, or maybe they're shy. So but if I ask you, then you can open up. So I always ask my client, like, okay, this is the next step I'm doing. Is this okay? Did you prefer something else? And that way they are going to communicate with me rather than go home unsatisfied. So after marking your guide, you're going to put your glue beside the line you marked, right? And then you're going to make sure your glue does not pass that line. So you're going to put your glue beside the line you mark, and you're going to shift it to the back. Make sure your glue doesn't pass that line. If not, you're going to have issues with cleaning it out after the install. So yeah, so you're going to put thin layers. So it's better to put 3-4 layers of 3-4 thin layers of glue rather than putting one huge thick layer of glue, because it's not going to hold. Yeah, it's just going to make it stressful. So after putting the first layer, I'm going to blow dry this. And maybe if you if your temperature is not humid, you could just let it dry on its own bed. My client had something she had to do the previous day, and she only came very late, so we were already short on time. So I didn't let this sit for as long as I wanted it to sit, because it was already in the AM, guys. Like, when I tell you I did this hair almost midnight, you're not going to believe it. So yeah, she was really busy with the preparations and everything, because the occasion was supposed to be the next day. So yeah, she really came late, so we had to do this late. So depending on how long my client wants her install to stay, I always put 2 or 3 layers of glue. And I just think that it's because my glue is, I can really vouch for this glue. So I use Hair by Any hair glue, and I think it's really good. Like, it's really good so far. And yeah, that's the first hair glue I ever started to use, and I just stick with that. So I haven't tried out other ones, but when I do, I'm going to let you know my verdict. So yeah, so after letting the first layer dry down, you're going to go ahead and put the second layer. I really hope you're going to appreciate this video, guys. I really hope because this video is detailed, no cuts, no, yeah. So you're going to go ahead and put the second layer, and like I said, you could put 2 layers, you could put 3 layers, depending on how long your client wants his hair to sit. And at this point, I was just working on the time I had. So yeah, so I think I went in with 3 layers. So just make sure you put 3 thin layers, and make sure they dry in between each layer before you put in the next. So after that, you are going to go ahead and take, I'll rather you use a cotton ball, right? Dip it in alcohol, squeeze it out, then use it to clean out that line you marked out. So the reason why I recommended you using a brown eyeliner is because it's going to be easy to clean out. As you can see, I have some difficulties cleaning mine out because I use this Telos chalk, I think, here. So I do these mistakes so that you can learn from them and not repeat the same mistakes. So do not use Telos chalk, because Telos chalk is more like it's more difficult to come out, especially from skin. So use maybe eyeliner that's designed for your skin. It's going to be easy to come out. So yeah, so after doing that, you're going to take your wig and you're going to shift it. Begin with the middle part of the wig. Shift that wig to the area where you put your glue. You already draw your demarcation, so you know exactly where the wig is supposed to sit. Just make sure it sits on top of that line that you initially drew. Since you have wiped that line off, it's going to sit on top of the glue, because your glue started right close to the line. And don't bother if you have some spots, we are going to deal with that. It's better you fill in glue in areas that don't have glue, rather than cleaning off glue from areas that do not need the glue. Always keep that in mind. So yeah, so after making that sit perfectly, you're going to take your comb and you're just going to use it to press in the lace to the glue. So obviously not so hard, right? But then again, we need to get this hair laid. So just tell your client it might be a little bit uncomfortable, not too much, just a little bit. So you're just going to use your comb to like press it down, press it down. And when I tell you I can vouch for this Hair by Any glue, I mean I can vouch for this, because before tying this glue down, like the front I was already given, I could literally yank it and it's not going to move. I'm going to do another video to test this glue, yeah, so that you guys can see. So I didn't do that here. Like I said, I was running low on time and I needed to film this for my students. So yeah, so I'm going to do that in another video specifically just for you to see the quality of the glue. So yeah, so after pressing that down, you're going to make sure it fits, is perfect. If there are any inconsistencies, if you're supposed to trim, you trim. If you're supposed to refill, you refill. So yeah, So the wig had a little bit of bald spots, just teeny tiny here. So we just trim that out of the way. And here, so guys, my method of install is pretty simple. Before tying down this wig, I've done everything I'm supposed to do. So yeah, so that's just my method and it works for me. So maybe if this method doesn't work for you, I could post another method that you could try out. Just let me know in the comment section. So yeah, so like I said, you could always go in and fill in glue in areas that are lifting, right? Yeah, so if you notice that a lace is not laid in a certain area, you could just go in and take in your glue and fill it. But always make sure you put the same layers of glue you did when doing the install. So I told you I used 3 layers of glue. So if I'm supposed to refill an area that I missed, I'm going to use 3 layers to fill in that area. That way I have a perfect consistent hole all through. So yeah, so that's one thing I do not miss out. So you're going to see me going with another layer. So yeah, so that's basically it. So like I said, I prefer to do this than have glue everywhere where it's not supposed to be. So yeah, I rather refill than begin cleaning, because it's really tedious, so it's not necessary. So yeah, after doing that, I'm just going to use my comb to slick it down while I'm waiting for it to get dry. And at this point, my client was uncomfortable with this chair, and this is the second or third time I'm getting a complaint. So I think I'm going to have to change my salon chair. So I just got a table chair and I replaced it, and yeah, I think she was more comfortable with that. So I'm going to see what to do about this chair later, because my client's comfort is my satisfaction. So yeah, so after filling one part, I'm going to go to the next part and I'm going to fill it up as well. So yeah, so when filling the hair with when filling your hair, you can use excuse, you can use a hair clip, right? And you just elevate that hair up. You're going to use a hair clip to clip that area of hair you're going to fill, and it's going to give like an elevation so you could feel under. So after each layer, make sure you dry. After each layer, make sure you dry. And if you're going to add layers to the hair, make sure you add the same number of layers you did on your original install. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So yeah, so we're going to use the end of our latte comb to press it down just like we did the first time, so that these areas that we did a refill are going to also melt together with the back of the hair. So yeah, so after doing that, I'm just going to use my rubbing alcohol to just clean any residue, try to get rid of that marker's chalk if it's still there. Just try to give it a clean aesthetic. So guys, if you have this little hairs, that this little glue that maybe is still stuck there, you could do this, or you could just tie your band down and hope for the best. So sometimes when you tie your band down and you're removing it, it's just going to lift with some of those hairs, to some of those glues. Yeah, so yeah, so you could also do that. So after doing that, I'm just going to comb the hair behind, make sure it's sleek. So this process is to help remove flyaways from the hair. So if you don't do this and you just go ahead to tie down, so yeah, I think I did test the glue and you can see. So I'll just, when if you don't do this and you just go ahead to tie the glue down, right, you're going to notice that flyaway hairs are going to stick to the glue, and now you have another problem getting rid of those hairs that stick to the glue when you are tying it down. So yeah, so just comb it all and get it out of the way. And next we're going to go in with a melting spray. So I use Hair by Any melting spray as well, and then I use a hair mousse and I add to the mixture. So this way I'm melting the lace and I'm also blending the lace to my client's skin, right? So yeah, so the melting spray is going to melt the lace, while the lace tint is going to change the color and give it the desired color of my client's skin. So some people, they tie it down and after removing, then they go in with this process. So everyone just has a method that works for them, but for me, this is how I began and it just stick. So one thing about me is I don't I stick with things a lot. Like if I start with something and it works for me, I just stick to it unless otherwise. So yeah. So I think this method really works for me, and you can see how the lace instantly changes color when I apply this mixture to it. So what you want to do is to use hair by any melting spray and any lace tints that is going to match the shade of your client's skin. So you could use the brown, medium, dark, but then again some clients won't have that exact shade, right? So maybe you could mix brown and dark, light and brown, so yeah, to get the desired shade. So I'm going to do a separate video on that to show you. So yeah, so after doing that, I'm just going to use my hair mousse to slick the hair back, and this again is to prevent those flyaways from sticking to the glue. Yeah, you don't want those flyaways sticking to the glue. So yeah, slick that back, and you can already see how blended this hair is looking even before tying it down. So after doing this, I always make sure I dry it perfectly before I go in with my melting band. And now the moment of truth. This is the most dreaded. Guys, this band is so painful, man. Like I always feel bad for my clients, but then again, beauty knows no pain. So after I'm done, I took it out, and you're going to see the results of always drying your lace before you tie it down. You're going to notice that my band came out, there was no glue on it, and look at that melt, guys, so perfect. So yeah, I went ahead to style the frontal, and yeah, so since this was an install, I didn't really show the coiling process because I was more focused on showing my clients, my students, how to install. So yeah, so here's what this hair is looking like, and just from the smile on my client's face, I hope she was deeply satisfied, and I hope this video helps you. I hope you can install your hair by yourself just by this video, because this was really in-depth and detailed. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you comment your favorite part of the video or what you want me to show next, and make sure you turn on your notification. Bye bye.